Hello everybody and welcome back to our Satisfactory Update 8 playthrough. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. First and foremost, I just wanted to say I appreciate the support and the feedback I've been getting. I'm trying to get better at recording and editing these videos. I'm still relatively new, so I really appreciate your guys' patience, and I'll get better, I promise. In our previous video, we got our Copper ingot production set up, and in this video, we're going to be setting up our production of our copper ingots. This copper ingot facility is going to be producing 15,000 copper ingots per minute, and it's going to take a total of 180 foundries. For this build, we're going to be using the copper alloy ingot alternate recipe. Going to be a little bit of a saver on power consumption. So with that being said, let's get into today's episode. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started on building our huge copper ingot factory, I think I definitely need to get some retail therapy out of my way. No, boy, do we have some tickets. Alright, let's see what we can buy. Hazard box. Yep. Medical box. Yep. Might as well get them hypertube attachments. Wall power outlets Mark III. Stairs. Industrial walkways. And the rest of all of our patterns and the factory cart. You have to have the factory cart. Been waiting for that one. Might as well get the boombox, obsolete fix-it boombox tape, Joel Synthol boombox tape, LeMichael boombox tape, Sanctum 2. Yeah. Equipment. Yeah, we better get the coffee cup. Sweet. Let's see how much we spent. 51. That's it. Oh, man. Well, we got the boombox now, so that's good. Well, I was surprised at how many tickets we had, so let's go over and I'll show you where we're going to build our copper factory. All right, we're over here where we're going to build our copper ingot facility, and I wanted it to be close to our Copper ingot facility because here in a little bit we're going to be using two alternate recipes, and those are fused wire and fused quick wire. Both of those recipes require copper ingots and Copper ingots. So I wanted the copper ingot facility to be somewhat close to our Copper ingot facility. Okay, we're gonna get started here, and I wanted to show you guys the blueprint that I made, and here it is. So basically, I have two sets of foundries, and we're gonna build out in a row, and there's gonna be two sets of these, and then a third set that is gonna have all of the machines underclocked to 50%, so we have an even number. And we're gonna need 20 lines of machines. So let's get going. All right, there we go. They're all built out. I just have to hook up all the logistics so I have a nice even flow of where ore's going in and where ingots are going to come out. And so let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so all the blueprints are hooked up to each other. Now I just got to put in some foundations here and start thinking about how I want to do the belt work. Okay, all the foundations are placed. And to give you guys an overview of what I'm planning here, where the ingots come out, I would like to be a decent walkway with some glass foundations, maybe going down so you can see the logistics floor. Down here, we're probably going to have trains coming in and out, possibly trucks. We'll probably have some kind of transport solution down here where the ore comes in the back and the ingots run out the front. So one of the reasons why I have it set up this way, and the reason why this says R to L, which means right to left, means when you're looking at it from the front, the logistics floor underneath runs from right to left. That way all of our ingots go out this way, and then we will either pop them back up and send them that way to showcase them as they go out, or we'll run them underneath the logistics floor so you can see them through some glass foundations as they go. Either way, I want to showcase the ingots as they go out through each section. So that's going to be during the walkway section. I intentionally gave myself more space here just in case, you know, I could have crammed these in here a little bit more, but I wanted to give myself enough space just in case I need to run a train through, or I want to do an additional walkway with maybe an access, you know, like a maintenance access on each one, you know, something like that. So that's kind of the plan. That's the thought process anyway. So let's go ahead and let's start running some belts, and let's see if we can't maybe do a little bit of cosmetics on this so we can get a feel for how it's going to look. All right, well, I think I've settled on an idea of how I want this to look. So basically, we're going to have one belt coming up on top that you can see, and then you're going to have another belt down here that will be lit up. And then, of course, downstairs, what we'll do is we'll have a train coming through. We'll do a little bit of cosmetics, but it'll be minimal because this isn't going to be a regular walking area. There will be access, but for the most part, it'll be off limits to regular employees. I think this will look nice. Then once we get some cosmetics going, we should be able to make it look really nice. I did change where I have these signs so that they didn't reflect too bad off the glass, and I think that'll look really nice. Actually, let's go ahead and see what that looks like at night. Yeah, see, that looks nice. And of course, we'll have this lit up down here. There'll be some sign work and maybe some catwalks or something, but for the most part, that's what it's gonna look like. All right, well, that's all I'm gonna do up top for the kind of basic layout of what it's gonna look like. I don't want to get too far into the cosmetics because I'll go down that rabbit hole, but for the most part, this is kind of the basic shape, kind of the basic idea. Now we need to get downstairs and do some belt work. Okay, I've started connecting some of these up, and I've got the outputs basically coming out and looping back around so they can go underneath our floor, so we can see those beautiful Mark V belts. And if you look over here, this is where all our belts are going to come out. Right here, 20 Mark V belts at 750 for a total of 15,000 copper ingots. Here we go. Let's get belting up some more. Oh boy, was that a lot of belt work. Doesn't look like much, but it sure does add up. It's all nice and clean. Gosh, it's really gonna suck if I find out that I missed a belt. Anyways, there's our 20 Mark V belts coming out at 750 each for a total of 15,000 copper ingots. Now, I need to worry about the belt work on the other side. So now I gotta worry about our copper ore and our iron ore. I guess we'll figure something out. All right, we're on the backside here where our trains are going to be delivering our copper ore. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 2 train stations. I'm going to have 1 train per station, and I have 5 freight platforms, which gives me 20 outputs. Now I know trains stop transferring items when they are loading or unloading the trains. So I think to counteract that, instead of adding another one, I think I'm actually going to just run another train, and I'm going to run 1 train per platform, and then I'm going to run another train that actually loops back and forth. That's the thought anyway. You guys can let me know in the comments if that's going to work. But I think if I can do that, I think that should work just fine. But now I'm going to go ahead and start working on this belt work on this side. So here we go. Alright, so basically I've got the ones from the other side just going down underneath and popping into these. That way I've got 10 containers here and 20 outputs. We'll see. Hopefully I don't need to load balance, but if I do, I'll address that if it's not working. So let's go ahead and let's see what we can do for these to get them hooked up. Okay, so I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. I don't know why I was thinking I need 20 Mark V belts coming in for just the copper. I only actually need 10. The good news is that I already have 2 train stations here set up, so one of them can totally deliver iron ore, and then I already have the container for it. But I will need 2 trains for the copper, unless my throughput is good enough, which I'm not sure it will be. We'll see, because they're going to be 780, but if I can deliver enough, then it shouldn't be a problem. There's 780 belts, I'm only using 750 of that, so I don't know. We'll see. You never know. It's all about spaghetti testing, man, let me tell you. So let's get back to hooking these up, and then we'll go over the plan, and maybe we'll do a test and see if we can't get it to work on just one section. I'll see you when it's all hooked up. I know what you're thinking. Oh, Falcon, you covered up your steel factory. Yes, I did, actually. Because this factory is gonna be replaced. Yeah, it will be gone here pretty soon. It was our first factory, but sadly, it's gotta go. We're gonna keep it up as long as we can because we still need the steel pipes and the steel beams and encased steel beams. But eventually, we're not gonna need it because it's gonna be obsolete. But that's in the future. All right, she's all hooked up. As you can see, I've got a little bit of ore in each of these. And I went ahead and tested them, and they seem to be working just fine. I basically just ran 2 truck stations, one for iron, one for copper, and just temporarily ran it into these just to see if it works, and it does. A lot of belt work, but it wasn't too bad. I ran some stuff underneath to make it look nice, give upstairs a little bit of a clean look. So basically just below here will be a logistics floor. We're going to have 2 trains coming in. One's going to be bringing in copper. We'll probably have 2 train lines on that station. And then we'll have 1 train bringing in our iron ore. There she is in all her glory. So let's go check out our tiers because I think we can do some of tier 8. So let's do that and I'll meet you at the hub. All right, we're back at the hub. Let's see. Nuclear power. Hey, we can do nuclear power. Have everything for that. Now let's go grab some of those supercomputers we've been making. Grab a few of those heavy modular frames. We have plenty of concrete. Let's go grab some cable. That should be enough. How about that? Nuclear power. Done. Advanced aluminum production. I think we can do that. Let's get some radio controlled units. The lazy way. All right, I'm gonna be super lazy. We're gonna do this again. Just gonna go grab some aluminum casings and we should be good. All right, I went and got some aluminum casings and our pod's back. So let's send advanced aluminum production. Done. We now have the resource well pressurizer. We've got nuclear power now. Awesome. We only have 2 more to go. Leading edge production and particle enrichment. Well, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And with that being said, I'll leave you guys with some sweet cinematic shots, and I'll see you guys next time.